Hey friends, how's everyone doing? My name is Trina. I'm the owner here at Trina Designs, where I teach other creative ladies how to cut, paint, and sell their wooden door hangers online, how to make a profit. So today I wanted to share with y'all something that some of you may not even know because you just found me or you just never heard me say it before. So did you know that 8 years ago when I started my door hanger business that I had never ever even heard of a jigsaw? Did not even know what a jigsaw was. Had no clue whatsoever how to even use a jigsaw or anything at all. And decided one day that I was going to give it a try. That I was going to grab that jigsaw and I was going to try to cut my own door hanger out myself. Because when I first got started with Trina Designs, it used to be called Southern Designs by T&M because my sister-in-law and I started this business and she was the one that used a jigsaw to begin with. And I was just too scared. I was like, no, cannot do that. Well, one day I decided that, you know what, if she can do it, then I can too. So I picked the jigsaw up and I actually tried it. And to my surprise, it was not as hard as it used to, be. It was not as hard as I thought it would be. Thank you, Miss Cindy, for sprinkling. You're amazing. Hey, Brian or Renee, how are you? Miss Thelma. So, ladies, I want to encourage you that if you're scared because it's a jigsaw, it's a power tool, it's something that could cut your fingers off. I mean, that is kind of scary, but I want to encourage you to give it a try. Do not ever underestimate yourself, because I did for a couple of weeks. I really did. And then when I actually gave it a go, I surprised myself because I was like, oh, I got this. I could totally use a jigsaw. And y'all, I can just about cut anything I want to cut with my jigsaw. So I am living proof that if you've never cut before, if you just work at it, and you don't let fear stop you from picking a jigsaw up and actually trying to cut your own wooden door hangers, that is totally possible. It can be done. But you can't let that fear of being scared stop you. So I'm going to let y'all just watch me for a minute. I'm fixing to cut out 4 door hangers. I'm going to cut them out all at one time. So did already on the saw. Miss Jane, what do you mean did already on the saw? You've been waiting to try, Miss Cindy? Well, you've got to try it because I promise you it's not as hard as you think. So I'm going to cut out 4 of these little signs. And what I'm going to do is I'm cut them out all at one time. So what I've done is I've got some clamps and I've clamped 4 pieces of wood together, and I'm going to cut them all at one time. This is a little bit advanced, so if you're new to using a jigsaw, I mean, if you want to just go for it and try it, I say go for it and try it. But while I was going to cut these out, I was like, I'm just going to go live with everybody and just kind of let them watch as I do it. What kind of saw do you use? Miss Dana, I use a DeWalt jigsaw. And I did want to share with y'all my blades that I use. Do you sell the template for that? Love it. I think so. You know, it's probably not on my website yet because that was one of my designs for my inside scoop ladies. So I haven't released it yet to the public. So I will have it up probably in a couple weeks though. But right now it's not for the public. And we have some corn right here, y'all. Mr. David's out there cutting his corn, so I'm sorry for the noise. But the jigsaw is probably going to be a whole lot louder. So, do you have template? Okay, so Miss Gina, I just answered that. So this was the blades that they didn't have at Home Depot yesterday that I wanted to share with y'all. But they're called Bosch. Let me flip this so you can see. Oops, we don't need to flip it that way. I'm going to flip it so you can see it the correct way. And I want you to get a screenshot of this, okay? It is the Bosch T-shank fits all, and then you're going to want it to say clean, well, it's on this side, clean for wood scroll. You want it to say scroll, and you want it to be for wood. And then there's the 20 TPI, which is teeth per inch. Take a screenshot really quick. This is the T-shapes. These are the ones that I highly, highly recommend over the U-shape any day, y'all. So, yay, Miss Tammy. Well, I'm glad that you caught me live, too. Where are you located, please? Miss Jill, I'm in Barron, South Carolina. I love mine. All power tools. Just found you. I'm going through chemo for cancer. Oh, Miss Lynn. Haven't done anything this year, but I'm blessed. And amen to that, girl. Oh, I hope everything goes well for you, and you get to get out and use those power tools soon. Hey, Miss Shayna. Yes, thank you, Bobby, for saying that. So Miss Leanne Taylor, Miss Bobby said that she's sending prayers for total healing for you. You're in Seneca, South Carolina. I use those to cut as well, and they are amazing. Yes, Deborah, these are the only blades I recommend. I've seen other ladies, and they say something about the U-shaped blades, and I'm like, no, don't get no U-shaped blades. You want to get the T-shaped blades. It's going to make a huge difference with your whole sanding because it's not going to splinter your wood up as bad. All right, y'all, so I'm going to get on with the cutting real quick. If you have any questions, you can post them, and after I get done, I will check and see if I can help you out any kind of way. So I'm just going to scoot y'all this way. It's going to be kind of far off. It's about as far as I can get my phone with my mount. And like I said, this is going to be 4 cut at one time. I use, they're kind of like the C-clamps. And they have, you can actually like get these really tight on your wood. I like these better than the clamps that just like clamp on there. You can get these like really tight so your wood will not shift at all. I got my jigsaw in between my legs. I need to make sure I get this really, really good and tight. Okay. Woo! It's falling. Alright, so we're going to get started. First things first, you want to plug it up. Because if it's not plugged up, it's not going to work. So here we go. Alright. I'm going to kind of start from the middle. You may want to hit the volume because this is kind of loud, y'all. Okay, so I'm noticing, even though I'm having to cut through 4 pieces of wood, of the 1/4 inch wood, I'm still having to like really put a lot of pressure to get my wood to cut, and that's more than likely because my blade's kind of too dull for cutting it, 4 pieces at one time. So I'm going to let that blade cool off for a minute, and I'm going to switch it out. Because anytime you're cutting, this is even, y'all, sawdust and the corn's got my nose itching. Anytime you're cutting and you feel like you're having to really push that blade and it's not just cutting through the wood and you're just only guiding it, if you're having to put pressure and you're having to push it through, more than likely it's time to switch that blade out. So if you're cutting and you're starting to really feel it through here, go ahead and switch that blade out because cutting's not that hard. You should not be having to feel like it's an exercise with your arms. It's, smooth sailing if your blade is good and sharp. So I'm gonna switch, gonna scratch my nose. Gonna switch my blade out. Miss Jim or Mr. Jim, I should wear goggles, but I don't. I've been doing this for 8 years, so and I've never wore goggles, so and I probably should, because I also wear contacts, so it's not a good combination, contacts and sawdust in the eyes. So I would recommend goggles to anybody. Always safety first, right? Yep, it is a 1/4 inch thick. I'm just cutting 4 pieces at a time. All right. So now you'll probably see that I will go through this a little bit faster because, y'all, this blade's sharper. It's a brand new blade, so it's going to cut a whole lot faster. Okay? Y'all see my husband's sweet potatoes? Okay. Here we go. Okay. And I'm getting kind of far over that way, and my other one just fell out. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to cut all this extra off so I can move my clamp closer to where I'm cutting at, and that's going to help my wood from shifting, because if it starts shifting, your cuts are going to be totally off, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. And then when that wood's not tight, you're going to get a lot of bouncing and jerking, which winds up being where your cuts are not where you want them at and not as smooth. Anytime you can prevent your wood from bouncing around on you, the better off you're going to be. All right, so we're going to get that one on that side. And now this one fell off. I don't know why this one decided it wanted to fall off on me. We're going to put this one here. We may have to move this one to make this curve here. But we'll do that when we get there. So just make sure these are good and tight. You don't want them to have it so tight that you're gonna leave like an indentation into your wood. Okay, so we're gonna start back over here. I must have shifted my wood, y'all. No, why is it doing that? Wait a minute, let me see what's going on. Wait a minute, I got switchblades because I just bent that one up. Yeah, I don't think my wood was quite where it should have been just then, or that wouldn't have happened. So we're going to try it again. Yes, Miss Pat, these are sweet potatoes. Alright, so I'm going to try it again. I might have been on my table. That could have been what happened. Let's see. Let's hope that don't happen again. No, it must not be cut. Alright, y'all. Let's see. I don't know what I got going on here. I'm going to start down here. not less one of my middle pieces is not exactly straight. But it's all coming up, so I don't know. Ugh. See, y'all, we all struggle. Don't ever think that you're the only one that's going to struggle. Why are you not wanting to go in there, sucker? It's wanting to bounce out of that spot for some reason. Okay. Let me try it this way. Let's see if we can get it to go this way and start cutting it in that way. They were all cut, so I don't know what the deal was, y'all. But we got it now, so we're fixing to go through it. I'm going to go ahead and move this clamp over there. So I won't have to stop again and move it again. Get that thing really tight. And now let's go ahead and let's start it right here. Let me go ahead and move this clamp. This is one of the most aggravating part about this, is just having to move the clamps. But other than that, y'all, it's really a lot faster to be able to cut out 4 versus just 1 at a time. So here we go. Shift my body over. All right. You see how we still got those 4 together. Take those clamps off. Ooh, it's saying low battery. What town in South Carolina did you say you was from? I seen all those sweet potatoes. I'm from Barrow, South Carolina. Y'all must be sprinkling. I've got 128 people on here. Yay, y'all are amazing. Hey, Miss Lynn. Hey, Miss Patricia, your piece, your cutting may be pinching your blade. Miss Betty, I don't know what was going on. Could have been. But so this was the result from that jerking. So what I will do to fix this is I will just put some wood putty in there. I will sand it, put some wood putty, let it dry, sand it, probably put a little bit more wood putty and sand it. And then it'll be good to go. But so in that one cut, we got 1, 2, and most of the time those wood that's in between, y'all, you don't even have to sand them. So we got 2, 3, 4. So 4 door hangers cut together. That's a whole lot easier and faster than having to cut each one out individual. Forgot to say hello, I've been watching. Well, hey, Miss Kathy. Let's see. To cut grass in here. Okay, where are your Miss Linda, I don't ever wear safety goggles. I know I really should, but I don't. So if y'all have safety goggles, y'all wear them and put them on. I really need to get in the habit of wearing them. So there it is. And these are going to be this once it's done. And I also want to share with y'all real quick, for those of you that join me, y'all, my nose is about to itch me to death. For those of you that joined me the other, I think it was last week, when I painted a skeleton. Y'all got it together. Y'all see it back here? Isn't it cute? So here is my skeleton that I painted. Y'all, it's big. It's big. It's as tall as my little boy Eli. How cute is that? And the way I've got it made is I can like move its arms and position these the way I want them, and move them up and down, and you know, I can move his legs. I can move his head, but I don't really want to move his head. But yep, so here, and you see how I've got it together? Thank y'all so much for sprinkling. So that was my skeleton I did. You can those sweet potatoes. Miss Deborah, do what now? Will you can those sweet... Oh, no, I will not can these sweet potatoes. My husband sells them. Thank y'all so much for sprinkling. I appreciate that. Will you do font classes? Miss Haley, are you talking about like the hand lettering? I do teach some hand lettering in my Inside Scoop, but I have had a lot of people ask me if I would do like a course just on the hand lettering, and so I am going to be working on that. So keep a lookout for that, because I will have one. I'm hoping in the next like month. Miss Jim, Mr. Jim, or Miss Vicky, I normally use, I love birch. 1/4 inch birch. Uh-oh, am I still good? Because it said reconnecting. But 1/4 inch birch is my favorite, but I do recommend tri-ply, which is basically kind of like Revolution plywood. Just, to me, it's a little bit better. I have to name them? Well, what do I name them? What can I name them? What can I name them? Mr. Bones? I don't know. Y'all let me know. What can I name them? Give me some ideas. So I'm going to use my Dremel. I was showing y'all this too in Home Depot yesterday. It's a Dremel 4000. You don't have to have one of these to put your holes, but just about every door hanger that I do, I will drill holes in it to attach my wire hanger, either my jute. I don't hardly ever staple mine, just because I've always just done it with the holes. And this is what I use to do like my inside cuts too, when I have a design that's got the inside cuts. But you can use just a regular drill to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my holes up here so I can go ahead and get my skeleton hung. Thank y'all so much for sprinkling. Y'all are amazing. What is that, Miss Linda? Oluf? Slim? That's pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to just drill me 2 little holes up here so I can put my wire through there. With a Dremel, if you've never used a Dremel, you have to be careful with these two, because it will get away from you. It'll go in that wood and all of a sudden it kind of like just take off. So you want to like have a really good grip on this and control. When you're using this for putting holes in your door hanger, you don't have to make this drill bit go all the way through. Time as you get through to the other side of your wood, time as that hole goes through, lift it up. So in, lift it up, in, lift it up. Don't hold it there, because that's more of a chance of it's gonna take off. So in and out, in and out. Here we go. Let's see, try about here and here. In and out. And if you go in and out, you're more than likely just going to have the smoothest little holes there. When I add jute, I do make them a little bit bigger, just because jute's a little bit harder to get through these smaller holes. But I do have a drill press. I can take all 4 of those door hangers that I just cut out, put it up under my drill press, and wind it down and get my holes. Do y'all want me to show y'all that real quick? I know, Miss Maria. And this is not all. They haven't dug all of them. I think this was just 4 rows. 4 rows. 4 rows. Thank you, Miss Rita. What's in the boxes beside you, sweet? They look like they are sweet potatoes, Miss Rita. Sweet potatoes. Or as my daughter would say, sweet taters. We got sweet taters. Okay, so let me show y'all how to use a drill press that I just discovered probably about, I don't know, about a year ago. I love it. All right. All right, so y'all close your eyes so y'all don't have to see me like lift this thing up. Because it's kind of heavy. All right. And y'all, honestly, this drill press is probably ancient. They probably have newer models now. But this was something that was free to me, so I took it, and it's quite amazing. All right, so if you have a drill press and you've been wondering, what in the world am I going to do with a drill press? You make door hangers, this is what you can do with a drill press. You're going to take all 4 of those door hangers. You're going to make sure they're straight. You might want to kind of hold one up just so you can get an idea of where exactly you want your hole to be. So I'm going to put one on each one of those. Okay. So I'm just going to get my wood level, making sure that it's good. And then what I'm going to do is you just stick it up under there. Go ahead and kind of bring this down to get your spot. Turn it on. Take it through. You've got a perfectly good hole there all through 4 at a time. The older are the best. I'm going to turn it off just so I can kind of look at it to make sure I'm going to get it in the same spot. So I think that's about right. I need to go up and over just a little bit. So about right there. And there's my holes through all 4 of these. That looks like it tore it up there, but that's just the wood grain there. So, yep. And y'all, with that Bosch blade, like this piece right here, doesn't even really need to be sanded. This is the back. Seriously, y'all look at that. That is the back. This is the front. Really, it does not even need to be sanded. I'm telling y'all, these blades are amazing. Are amazing. Miss Janet, I need a box of sweet taters. Can I send the money? I'll pay Facebook and ask Joey to deliver to the neighbor. I will sure let him know, Miss Janet. And just whenever you're over this way, you can bring him the money. No big deal. So yeah, any questions so far? Miss Patricia, did I say hey to you? If I didn't, hello. Bones, I love sweet potatoes. They're so good. Miss Rita, they are really good. They are really good. I don't want to brag, but my husband can really grow some sweet potatoes. He does really good. Yeah, she said those were her husband's sweet potatoes. Yeah, they're Joey's cute skeleton. Thank you so much, Gail. All right, so I think Squiggy. That reminds me of what's the little dude's name on? Lord, y'all had me up to 170 something people. Thank y'all so much. What's the thing on SpongeBob? Squidward? Is it Squidward? That's what that name reminds me of. Can you show the blades again? Just joining us. I sure can, Miss Tori. Give me just a second. I actually just used my last blade. And of course, Home Depot didn't have any more. So Lord, what am I going to do? So this is how it's going to look. This is a T-shank. I'm going to flip it around so you can get a good screenshot of this, Tori. They're called Bosch. So screenshot that really quick. They're called T-shank, fits all. And then it's got the clean for wood scroll. Make sure it says for wood and it says scroll. And most importantly, that it is a T-shank. 20 TPI. Did you get it? Where do we get the skeleton template? Miss Shirley, I've got to do a better outline of it. And then I'm going to post it inside the Inside Scoop group. So I want to say you're a member, right? Or I know you was at one time. But if you're not a member of the Inside Scoop, I will have it available on the website probably in the next week. What kind of wood did you say you use? Miss Debbie, this that I'm using today is my favorite, and it's birch. It's a 1/4 inch birch. But when I'm not using birch, I do use the 1/4 inch tri-ply from Home Depot. You can get like the Revolution plywood from Lowe's, but to me, I like the tri-ply better. It cuts smoother, and the actual surface of the wood is smoother. Is that for a scroll saw? No, Miss Patricia, these are jigsaw blades. These are for a jigsaw. And if some jigsaws don't take the T-shank, y'all. So you want to make sure that your jigsaw takes the T-shank. If you haven't bought a jigsaw and you have to go buy you one, or you happen to be going to get you one, do not buy one if it doesn't take a T-shaped blade. Because I'm telling you, please, please, I mean, I cannot stress this enough. The T-shape makes a world of difference versus the U-shape with it when it comes to your cuts. I mean, because y'all seriously, look at that. Look at that. There's no splinters. And this is birch too. Now, honestly, if I was using the tri-ply, there would be a little bit more splinters. But birch cuts so much smoother than any other wood that I've tried. One other thing that helped me with this design is the fact is when I put it down there, if you notice this wood grain, it's going up and down. So I did my design to go with the grain of the wood. Although we do have curves that goes against the wood grain. But like these long curves here, if you're cutting with the grain of the wood, that's gonna give you smoother cuts as well. So when you do it, always try to get your design to where you have like the long cuts or long areas that has like a longer space that you're gonna have to be cutting like one straight line. Make sure you try to get it like the way that your wood grain is going, because that will help with smoother cuts. You want a drill press, Amanda? Yeah. I did not know nothing about that until, like I said, probably about, I don't know, probably about a year ago maybe. Did you cut all at the same time, Miss the Front? Yes, Miss, are you Miss Jerry? Those Creative Chicks, or are you Gina? Who is those Creative Chicks? I've got to get these other business names down. Yeah, I cut 4 pieces at one time using the, I call them, I don't know if that's the name of them, but I call them C clamps. And then it has this little wheel here, and you just put your wood in there, and then you tighten it. Denise, okay. And you tighten it, and I put it like, I used 2, and I kind of like rotated it, so my wood didn't shift. I did have a little bit of a issue there for a minute when I took my blade out and I was trying to get it back in there, and my blade like jerked on me. But that probably wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have never had to take my blade out. So you can buy a stand to make your Dremel a drill press. Really, Miss Shirley? That would be a good idea. What size wood? It is a 1/4 inch. Miss Wendy. Good, because I already have a big saw. Miss Kimberlyn, hey there, I'm a new fan of yours. You remind me of myself. So fun watching you make cutting look so effortless. Oh, thank you, Miss Kimberlyn. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. What kind of wood did you say you used? Miss Debbie, I think I answered you, but just in case, this is the 1/4 inch birch, but I do recommend the 1/4 inch tri-ply as well. All right, so ladies, I'm going to hop off of here. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you realize that don't let fear take control. Because if you let it take control, you would never pick that jigsaw up and cut your own window hangers. Because like I said, 8 years ago, I didn't even know what a jigsaw was. And I kind of let fear hold me back for a little while. And then when I decided, you know what, I'm going to give that a try, I surprised myself. And like I said, today I can come out here and cut just about anything I want to cut. And you can too if you just take control of that jigsaw. Don't let that fear stop you. Practice, practice, practice. Hey, Monica girl. So, jigsaw, Trina. You use a scroll saw all the time, cannot master a jig. Oh, well, Denise, see, I'm the opposite. I use my jigsaw and got it mastered, but cannot for the life of me fall in love with that scroll saw. Let me show y'all. Okay, this is an example of my scroll saw, y'all. What did I do with it? I shared this with my ladies earlier today in my inside scoop. So this, my friends, is the pumpkin I was going to cut. So my first time trying to cut with my scroll saw, there's my pumpkin with my scroll saw. Yep. Now, I didn't give up, and I said, you know what, I'm going to try it one more time. And I did do a little bit better. So this was my second cut. That was my first cut. So my second cut was a little bit better, but it's still not where I want it to be. So I'm going to have to really get down on that scroll saw and just play around with it and just try to get better with it. And I know I will not get better if I don't actually try and try and try and try. Even if I fail 10 more times, still try and try and try. So we need to get it together. Susan, you want to be in my video, girl? Miss Lisa and Miss Susan? I'm going to get y'all in my video then, if y'all want to. Are y'all trying to get in my video? Girlfriend? Let's see how this works. You've been using one for 30 plus years? Wow. Yes, Miss Betty, just practice, practice, practice. But I agree, Miss Joanne, the small ones seem harder. They are harder. They are harder. Even with the jigsaw, they're harder to cut. Amanda, you're much better with the scroll saw? Well, that's the thing. If the scroll saw works for y'all roll with that. Roll with it. The jigsaw works better for with you or for you. Go with that jigsaw. Okay, so I'm thinking she didn't really mean to do that, but I was gonna bring you on, girlfriend. So yeah. All right, ladies. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Don't let fear hold you back from picking up a jigsaw and giving it a go. If you have any questions, y'all just comment and let me know. I'll be happy to help you as much as I can. All right, ladies. Thanks so much. Randy, it is not right now. It won't be open until the 25th of this month. So, what do you have in the box? Sweet potatoes, Miss Joanne. Sweet potatoes. Sweet taters. So, my husband grows them and he sells them. This is like I think his third year growing and selling them though. So yeah, this isn't nothing yet, y'all. Y'all give him probably about 2 more weeks, and I'm probably gonna have to stand on those sweet potatoes to come out here and cut. Did you guys harvest all those? Yes, Amanda, and they're not done. That was just, I think, maybe about 2 or 3 rows. Might be 4 rows. So they still got, I don't know how many rows to do. I'm wanting to cut some very large wood. Be much easier on a jigsaw. I am going to get the blades. What type of jigsaw do you have? Yes, Denise, definitely get those blades. I have a DeWalt. Now they do have one jigsaw at Home Depot that's a DeWalt, but it doesn't have this easy reliever for the blades. So I do have one that has this easy release for the blades. But I love my DeWalt. I won't even try anything else because I've already fell in love with this. So it is kind of on the heavy side, but to me, a jigsaw that has a little bit of weight on it, y'all, helps prevent it from like bouncing and jerking as bad. So yeah. All right. Thanks so much, ladies, and I will see y'all again maybe one day this week. All right, laters.